Okay, year six, we are back for Wednesday's guided task now. Now there are quite a few slides here and quite a few different tasks. So a couple of suggestions really. If you feel like you're getting it after the first couple and you're thinking, do you know what, Miss Barnard, I'm just going to crack on with intelligent practice, go for it, have a go. If you then end up getting stuck on any of the questions, just come back to this video because I've tried to do an example of each bit of your intelligent practice in here. So feel free, if you think you're okay, go and have a go at the intelligent practice and just come back to this video if you need to. Equally, if you're finding this quite hard, and it's quite a new thing for us, these equations, then you could always just do 2 or 3 of the tasks, then just have a little break, go and run around the garden, if it's not snowing, or maybe even if it is snowing, read a book, do some star jumps, do a bit of Joe Wicks, do something different, and then come back to it just to give your brain a little bit of a breather. If you're finding it quite difficult, without us actually in the room to guide you through everything, okay? Right, so this is your first guided bit then. So we've got one of these balanced scales again. So hopefully you can see that at the moment this is completely balanced. This side weighs exactly the same as this side. So first job, what equation does this balanced scale show? So what actual equation are we talking about here? Remember, we're going to need an equals sign. And then when we've worked out the equation, can you solve the equation to find the value of 1 cube? Okay. So supporting hands up here is going to help us with the equation. So it says 4 cubes add something equals something. So we've got the equals sign here, so that's in the middle of our equation on our balance here. So 4 red cubes over here is our 4 cubes here. Add something equals something. So have a look at what we've got here. Now, these are counters, but they've got a 2 written on, so it's not just an ordinary counter. This is worth 2, 2, 2, and 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8. So 4 cubes add 8, just delete that completely, is equal to something. So if we go on this side, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So there's 8 counters, but each of them is worth 2. So we've got 16. Okay? So we could make this into a bit of a neater equation. Let me just grab a pen. So we could have 4c, the cubes, add 8 equals 16. And that gives us a nice little equation, c for cubes. I suppose c could have been for counters, but it's definitely for cubes. Okay, so now we need to solve the equation to find the value of 1 cube. So to do that, it's going to be similar to one of the tasks that we did yesterday. Let me just grab the right thing, that one. So we are going to balance it out so that we are able to work out what just 1 cube is. So just as we did yesterday, I'm going to start by taking off 1 counter from here. Remember that counter is worth 2. And I'm going to take off 1 counter from here. Because I've taken off the same amount from each side, our balance scale is still completely balanced. We'll do the same again. So I'm going to take off 1 from here and 1 from here. I'm just getting them out of the way. This is of no relevance that they're down here. We'll do the same again. I'm going to take 1 counter or 1 lot of 2 from here and another 2 from there. And a final time, because I've got 1 left over here, I'm going to take 2 away from this side and 2 away from this side. And that leaves me, I'm just going to move these down to tidy it up a bit, with this information. I know it's balanced because I've done the same to each side of the equation, each side of the equals sign. So now I've taken away until I've got down to just 4 cubes and something. So we end up with, I'll just grab a different coloured pen, 4 cubes equals 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, I'm hoping you can see here 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Taken away 16 in total, so I took away 4 counters from this side and 4 counters from this side, which means I've taken away, grab another different colour, sorry, I've taken away 8 from this side and I've taken away 8 from this side. It's a bit like when we work with fractions, whatever you do to the numerator, you've got to do to the denominator. It's the same here. Whatever you do to one side of the equation, you've got to do to the other side of the equation. And by the other side, I mean either side of our lovely equals sign here. So as you can see visually then, we've got 4 cubes is equal to 8. So now I want to know just 1 cube, or C. You could put 1C if you wanted, but I just want 1 cube. So visually, I can show you how it works. Just grab the right thing again. So I've got 4 cubes here, and I've got 4 things here. So what I can do visually for you, hopefully, is show you that 1 cube has got to be worth 2. So it's 1 counter, but that counter has a value of 2. Okay, can you see those have lined up? So 1 cube is equal to 2. I'll just come back over here again, grab my pen. 1 cube is equal to 2. Now, we did that just visually there. Mathematically, what we've done is divided each side of the equation by 4. Just keep remembering year 6 that this means 4 lots of C, or 4 times C. So if I divide 4C by 4, makes sense hopefully that I'll end up with just 1C on its own. Whatever I've done to that side of the equation, I've got to do to this. So I do 8 divided by 4, and I end up with 2. Okay, I'm going to move on to this next one. Now, it does say draw this and record this example in your books. If you're at home, you are welcome to just watch me go through it. If you've got some paper and you want to jot it down, that's obviously absolutely fine. So we're going to find the value of 1 green cube. Now that green cube I have labelled X. I feel like I'm going to need the select thing again, okay? So one of these green cubes is X. So we are going to find the value of just one of these cubes. So at the moment we've got our lovely equation here. We've got 2x, add 1 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, just going to write that down just so you can see the actual equation. So we've got, you're going to change what I'm grabbing here. 2x add 1 equals 5. Okay, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are now worth 5, not 2 like the last one. So to solve the equation to find the value of 1 green cube, we're going to subtract 1 from each side. So this extra one here, I want to subtract it from each side. No, I'm just going to make my life simple. I'm just going to physically cross one of them out. I might move it in a moment, but that's what I'm going to do for now. So I'll just grab a different colour pen so you can see. I've taken away step 1, 1 from each side. Okay. Oh, I keep having to change the thing that I'm selecting. So let me just shuffle these out of the way a little bit more. So hopefully that's what we've got here. Look, 2x add 1 equals 5. I've taken away 1 from each side in this step, look. So I end up with 2x equals 4. So I've taken away this one. 5 take away 1 is 4. 2x is equal to 4. So that's this next step here. You didn't see that. Now, step 2, which you totally haven't just seen, says divide both sides of the equation by 2. So that's because we've got 2x, and that means 2 times by x, or 2 multiplied by x. The inverse then would be to divide. So if I divide 2x by 2, I get just x, just 1. And if I divide 4 by 2, remember you've only got 4 left now, I get 2. So x equals 2. So I will now just show you that on here. So I crossed out the one before. Let me just go ahead and I'm just going to delete that now so you can see it. So that was section 1, subtract 1 from each side. So now I need to divide both sides of the equation by 2. So I can divide by 2, put that one down here. So if I divide by 2, I split it into 2 equal parts. Well, there's one equal part, there's the other equal part. So x is equal to 2. Okay, so hopefully you can visually see that. We've taken away 1 from each side to cancel out this bit, and then we've divided by 2 to reverse this multiply by 2, which gives us x equals 2. Okay, another example. So again, this says in books here. So if you've got some paper, it'd be really great if you could be having a go at this yourself. So I've done step by step again, but this time over here, you've actually got the equation written down, and I'd like you to attempt to draw it over here. So I'd really like you to have a go at that before you watch me going through it. So I'm literally going to start drawing here. Just pause the video and have a go at actually drawing what you think that equation will look like before I jump in and do it. So pause the video, have a go. So I need 14. So I'm just going to make this. Oh, I might just have to actually come out of this a moment. I just want to make this slightly more interesting for you so you can see it. So here's my count. Come on. Here's my counter. We'll make it red again. Oh, I wanted to fill the colour. Why has it not done that? Maybe I didn't press it. There we go. So this is going to be my 1. So I need 14 of these. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that part of it, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Vaguely lined up so you can see. So we've got 14 of those counters, okay? And then it wants 3x add 2. Well, so 3x, let's have, I'm just going to do a square. I don't even know if I could put a multi-link cube on here. I probably can. I don't have the brain capacity right now to work that out. So this is going to be my x, okay? So I want 3 of those. So we're going to imagine that that is x. Put it on for you. So that's, I mean, it's not quite an algebraic x, but it will do as an idea. So again, please, instead of just listening to me babbling on about this, please make sure you've had a go. So we've got 3x add 2. So I'm just going to copy 2 of these. Done. So I've drawn out now my equation. Obviously, you should have had a go, so yours will look something vaguely like mine. You might have drawn it slightly differently. It doesn't matter. So 14 equals 3x add 2. Do you know what? I'm just going to check there are actually 14 of these. I tried to do it with 7 at the top and 7 underneath. Yeah, there are. Good. Whew, just double checking. So we now need to find the value of x. So we've done the first bit. We've drawn the equation. Now we need to find the value of this x. I do not know at the moment what this x stands for. So your instructions are subtract something from each side of the equation. Now, have a look at what would make sense to subtract, okay? On the last one, we subtracted 1. And that was because we had 1 in our equation just on its own. In our new one, we've actually got 2, look. Can you see the add 2 just over here? So we're going to reverse that by subtracting 2. If I subtract 2 from this side, I'll be left with just 3x, which is perfect. So I'm just going to literally delete them. You can cross yours out. So I'm going to delete, subtract 2 from each side. 2 from this side, 2 from this side. It's still balanced. So I'll just show you that under here. We're going to subtract 2 from each side. So we've now got over this side, I was just about to point with my finger, but you wouldn't be able to see that. Over this side, I've got 1, 2, 3, x. And over this side, well, we took away 2, so surely there's 12. Lovely. 12 equals 3x. So now we're nearly there. We've got one more step to go. Divide both sides of the equation by something. So just as a recap, remember this means 3 lots of, or 3 times, 3 multiplied by x. So our inverse is going to be division. If I want just x on its own, I'm going to have to divide it by 3. 3x, sorry. If I divide it into 3 separate groups, will give me just x in one group, okay? So I divide it by 3, which will get me just x. Oh, it deleted both at the same time. Oh dear. Oh, now that's going for a wander. Never mind. So we divided this by 3, and then we need to do 12 divided by 3. And that gets us the answer of 4. If you're not sure, look, we'll just split it into 3 equal groups for you. Just move those 4 along a bit quicker. There. So 4 for this x, 4 for this x, and 4 for this one over here. So the value of x is 4. Right, again, year 6, just like I've said, we've just done 3 of the tasks now. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 left before intelligent practice. If you feel like you're doing all right, you could go and start intelligent practice. If you feel like you still need my guidance, then please stay. If you feel like you need to go and get some fresh air and run around for a bit, then obviously with the permission from your parents, please go and do that, have a little breather, and then come back. Right, however, I'm just going to crack straight on. So let's see what we've got now. So we've got a bar model this time. So again, I'm just trying to show you it in loads of different ways to try and help you. So what equation does this bar model show? You've got some paper, feel free to scribble down that bar model. If you're on the paper packs, then just write around it, whatever is best for you. So it says, can you solve this equation to find the value of s? So we'll need to figure out the equation first. So the total that we've got at the top here, this total amount is 10. So we're going to need an equal sign for our equation. I'm going to put equal to 10. That's the top line of our bar model here. So that's the total amount. Oh, we need to work out what is actually equal to 10. So we've got an S, and a 2. So we've got 2 S's. So I could put S, add 2. However, I'm not going to do that, year 6, because I think by now we should have figured out, actually, we don't need to put S add S, we can put 2S. And that means 2 multiplied by S, 2 lots of S. We will put the add 2, though. So that's our equation. 2S add 2 equals 10. Now, the answer is under here, but I kind of want to talk you through it, and then I'll just reveal the answer in a minute, really. So if you do want to pause it, have a go, come back to me, and then I'll take you through the answer. So I'll just grab a different colour. So can you solve it to find the value of S? Well, yes, of course we can. We're going to start with our number over here. I need to remove that from the equation. I need it out of the way so that I'm just left with 2S. So to remove this addition, we need to do the opposite. It's the inverse. So we are going to subtract 2 from both sides. So whatever you do to one side, you've got to do to the other. And don't just write it down, you've actually got to do it. So we need 2S equals 10 take away 2, 8. You've got to write this down or you're going to be completely lost. Right, do you know what? I quite like that, not having it on full screen. It's much easier to grab a pen. Might do it like that from now on. So now I need just S on its own. Well, how have I got there? Well, I'm going to divide it by 2. Because that means 2 lots of S, 2 multiplied by S, I need to divide it. So I've just got 1S. Okay, if I've got 2 lots of something, well, you can see it here, look. If I've got 2S, I just need to divide it. Oh, I'll show you on here in a moment, actually. So S equals, well, 8 divided by 2, same thing, 4. So can you solve it to find the value of S? Yes, we have. S equals 4. Right, I'm going to show you what's under here. Then I might also just show you on the bar model. So we took away 2, we divided by 2, done. So on the bar model, what we did, just to show you, we took away this 2, but we also took away the same amount, the same value from here. So that disappeared. Okay, so we've taken that away, that's gone. Now we don't have 10 here, we have 8. But we have S and S still. So if we divide it by 2, we're literally taking that 8 that we've got left and dividing it into 2 equal parts. So logically speaking, that's got to be 4, and that's got to be 4 to give us a total of this 8 here that we had. Okay. Right, I'm going on to the next one. If you haven't had a break yet, year 6, now might be a good time. Go and eat a piece of fruit, stretch your legs, have a breath of fresh air, do some Joe Wicks, or just crack on, which again is what I'm going to do now. Okay. So 2 more bar models. Can we write and solve these equations? Okay. So first job is to write the equation. Second job is to solve them. So, well, that's it really. To pause it, have a go, see what you come up with, and then I will show you. Just think of the top line of your bar model being the total amount. Okay. So I might just reveal on this one and draw it on the bar model in a moment. So equation is 3x add 3. So presumably you can see visually we've got 1, 2, 3x add 3. And that will give us a total of 18. So that's the first job, was just write down the equation. Hopefully you've managed to do that. 3x add 3 equals 18. Our next stop is to solve to find, sorry, there's a very strange beeping. I don't know what that is. I might go and investigate that in a moment. Yeah, there's always something, year 6, never just a straightforward video. So we now need to solve to find x. So the first thing I'm looking at is this 3. I'm going to need to subtract this 3 from both sides of the equation. So I want to take away that 3. Now if I take away that 3 from the 18, this is not going to be 18 anymore. It's going to be, why can't I do that? It's going to be 15. So I'll just show you that down here. So we take away 3 from each side, and we end up with 3x equals 15. Okay? So our next job is we just want 1x on its own. So now we're looking at splitting our total that we've got left over, which is 15, into 3 equal parts. So how do we split something into 3 equal parts? Well, we divide it. We just want 1x on its own. So just on here then, we're going to divide each side by 3. So if I do 15 divided by 3, I'll end up with 5. Okay, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here makes 15. Right, last one on this slide then. So do pause and have a go, especially now we've done one more together. If you haven't had a try yet, do have a go at it. So we've got our total this time already to start with is 15. So I'll write, oh, no, do you know what? I'm just going to reveal it again. So our total is 15. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lots of x, and then we've got 3. So that will look like this. 6 lots of x, so 6x, add 3 equals 15. You can see that it totals 15. It's exactly in line on our bar model here. So we've written it, we now need to solve it. So we're going to try and find the value of this unknown number, this x. X just stands for any number, we just don't know it yet, okay? But we can work it out. We can't work it out in an expression, but we can work it out in an equation. So we start off with our number. We need to get rid of that 3. So to get rid of an add 3, we take it away. So we're going to need to subtract that 3. Again, I'll show you on the bar model, and I'll show you on the actual equation bit in a moment. So we're subtracting the same amount from each side of our equation to keep it balanced, to keep it the same. So we subtract 3. If I do 15 subtract 3, going to end up with 12 over here. So I've now got 12. Oh, let me show you that, sorry. Come on, Miss Barnard. So we subtract 3, which gives us 6x equals 12. Subtract 3, subtract 3, 6x equals 12. So now we need to split our 12, hopefully you can see this visually, into 6 equal parts. So split is divide, so we do 12 divided by 6. And then we need to do the same to the other side, so 6x will become x equals 2. So we've done 12 because that was our total amount once we'd taken away the 3. 12 divided by 6 is 2. So x must be 2. Just a little bit of proof on here. This is 2, that's 2, that's 4, that's 6, that's 8, that's 10, and that's 12. And if we added the 3 back on, it would be 50. Right, this is a nice one. I'm genuinely clapping my hands with excitement, but you can't see me. You'll just have to trust that I'm doing that. So this is really similar to a stats question that we had a couple of years ago that we very sad year 6 teachers really like. So I thought I'd put this one on. So it says work out the cost of 1 apple. Now, when we had this question on the SATs test, and we would be going on about it now if we were at school doing the SATs, you just need to look at the pictures. The pictures are here to help you. So I've put this as a little hint. What's the same on these pictures and what's different? On this question, the children in year 6 in that year were doing algebra without even really knowing that they were doing algebra. But that is what this is. What's the same? What's different? So we need to work out the cost of 1 apple. So just look at the pictures. This picture has got 3 apples and a banana. This picture has got 2 apples and a banana. Look at the pictures. What's different about them? It's just a spot the difference question. This side has got 1 extra apple. So it's got 2 bananas. No, 2 apples and a banana. 2 apples and a banana, but this one's got 1 extra apple. So to work out the cost of that apple, I'm hoping you're shouting at me right now. You're going to do 87. I can hear my voice getting high-pitched while I'm like, but this is so easy, year 6. Why aren't you doing it? You're going to do this. 87p. Take away 64p. And that will give you the cost of an apple. Now, how you do this, I don't mind. Just have a little think about it for a moment. 87, take away 64. I'm going to count up from 64. I'm just going to jot it down. So 64, add 6 will get me to 70. Add another 17 will get me to 87. If I add those two things together, I get 23 pence. A column subtraction would have worked there. I can see 7 take away 4 is 3. 8 take away 6 is 2 with no exchanging. So we've got 23p. What's the cost of an apple? 23p. Okay, missing numbers, algebra. Right. I think. This is, oh gosh, no, go away answers. There we go. Right, I don't know why I'm hiding the answers from you because you can see them as soon as you look on the purple mush anyway. Please don't cheat. No cheating. No cheating. Right, guided. Last one before intelligent practice. If you have done this all the way through with me, let's see what the video's on now. We're on 28 minutes. 28 minutes. How have I been talking to myself for 28 minutes? Oh my. We're on 28 minutes. Please, before you do intelligent practice, if you've done this all the way through, just have a little breather. Just do something different so your brain gets a bit of a rest, okay? So, this is the trickiest one yet, but we can do it. A scarf costs S pounds. S means we don't know the value of the scarf. We've chosen S because it's a scarf. A book costs £4 less than the scarf. A book costs £4 less than the scarf. The total cost of both items is £26. How much does the book cost? So the cost of both items is 26. A book costs £4 less than the scarf. I don't know why I'm underlining everything. It's all important. And the scarf costs S pounds. I have taken from White Rose Maths this bar model to try and help you. when you get to the question like this on intelligent practice, for you will, I would suggest attempting to do a little bar model like this to try and help talk yourself through it. Okay, so here's the scarf, here's the book, but with an additional £4. So additional £4 there. And together that gives us a total of £26. So the book plus 4 is the same as the scarf. And together that gives us £26. I'm going to reveal now each step at a time, just over on this side. So, yeah, I can do it like that. I couldn't work out how to do that then, sorry. So, the easiest thing to do is to actually add on this £4. So, add on this. I've just realised these numbers are probably going to be confusing you. I'm not restarting the video now, I'm 28 minutes in. Add on the £4 first. So if we add on 4 to this, we end up with 30, which is what is written here. So we can add on 4. I will do it on this side. So add 4 makes 30. So we're adding on this 4. So now instead of being a dotted line, this is now a solid line. This is definitely now part of the deal. So now this bar and this bar, the whole thing, draw around that, the whole thing, are a total of £30. So I'm hoping you can see two equally sized bars there. So 30 divided by 2 gives us 15. So this is 15 here. Now, the answer's already put in this one. I just want to try and explain to you how I got to it. So if I need something here to make this bar add up to 15. So what do you add to 4 to make 15? So I can do 15 take away 4. And I get this £11 that they've got over here. Okay, I'm just going to delete this whole box for you now. So they did 30 divided by 2 like we did. It's 15. So, oh gosh, where have you gone? There we go. So that makes the scarf £15. And it makes the book £11. Okay. Now that is quite tricky, and without the bar model, I would be struggling on that one. It's trying to make things equal, trying to make them level. So we added on this £4 to help us because the book cost £4 less than the scarf. So we just added that £4 on to begin with to help us out. There is a question like this in the intelligent practice. So please do try and draw a bar model if you can. Right, how long have I spoken for? Whoa, this is the longest one yet. 33 minutes. Year 6, if you've got this far, good work. Congratulations. I'm going to go and get a drink before I record the intelligent practice. I need a glass of squash or something. So I shall be back in a moment with your intelligent practice run through for today. See you in a moment.